Okay, so everyone, we're going to get started. I would like to welcome everyone to the 2020, so many 20s, the 2020-2021 installation for the Executive Board of the F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association. My name is Denise Mutumba. I am the incoming president-elect, and it brings me great joy to welcome you all today. We really appreciate everyone from taking time out of their day on their lunch breaks to witness and be present for this great occasion. Because we are doing this via Zoom, we have muted everyone on the installation link so that we can have a great installation and so that everyone can hear all of the presentations and the words that will be forthcoming. If you would like to celebrate by clapping your hands or doing some type of applause, please feel free to do that. You are muted, so take advantage of this time when you'll be able to do that. We do have some judges that are on with us, and I would like to send a special welcome out to all of those judges. I saw Judge Bradley Harper, of course, Judge Cheeseman, who is our advisor for the year. I saw Judge Stevenson, and I also saw Judge Goodman. And as other judges join the call, I will be sure to recognize them. I hope I did not forget anyone. As you know, it's very difficult sometimes trying to locate everyone on all of the Hollywood squares of the Zoom call. At this time, I would like to introduce you all to today's sponsor, Roshner Sarah from Golden Pear Funding. Also on the line with Roshner is Gary Amos, who is the CEO of Golden Pear Funding, and Rob Koppinger, who is the Director of Business Development. So at this time, Roshner, if you would like to unmute yourself and bring your greetings and presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, first of all, just we want to say thank you to Denise and Hershey, for the opportunity to be here. You guys are doing a great job in the community, and we really appreciate everything that you guys do. Now, who is Golden Pear? At Golden Pear, we are the nation's leader when it comes to pre-settlement funding. We're funding between $9 and $10 million a month, and we're backed by institutional capital. We've been in the business for over 10 years, and we've provided during that time close to 200 million when it comes to pre-settlement funding nationwide. So what makes us successful is that we're leveraging digital tools to create efficiencies with speed for clients and you guys, the attorneys. Now, we provide plaintiff funding for bills, surgeries, and much more. So I am a Palm Beach County resident. I've been living here, pretty much, or in South Florida, pretty much my whole life. I personally have been able to be in this space for 12 years, with the last 9 at Golden Pear. So you and your firms will be working directly with me and my assistant and our entire team. I've been successful because of my integrity and my dedication to you guys and your clients. If I say I'm going to handle something, consider it handled. My attorneys and some of you which are on this call know that I can be called at any time, weekends, nights, doesn't matter. If you have a request, we're going to take care of it. And so why should you use Golden Pear? You should use the Golden Pear because we provide an express funding program. So where applications are reviewed and approved within hours of being received. We run a completely digital platform, so we do everything electronically. So from receiving emails, contracts are signed via e-sign, and we also send out the funds using e-fund. We provide flexibility at the end as well. So if you run into a situation to where you need help on a reduction, we can assist in reducing our fees in those situations. Now, you also get to work with me and my team, who have been partners with the Michael Cunningham Bar Association for the last several years. I want to end. I don't want to take up too much you guys' time, but I want to end with this. In the 70s, my dad came here from Haiti, and when he was in Haiti, he was in his last year of law school, And when he came to the States, it took a few years for him to get his student visa, but he was able to, go on to the University of Miami, but he ended up choosing education as a path other than law because he just didn't see, a lot of, minorities, whether it be African American, Haitian, or whatnot, in the legal field. So that actually made him choose education. Had he have had, had there been, in the 70s, organizations like Cunningham Bar Association, or maybe, more diversity in that space, my dad might have been a lawyer today in the United States. So that, that's why this organization is so personal to my heart. You guys do a great job of, providing more diversity in this space. Providing scholarships for students, who want to go ahead and study the law field. And many of you guys are very, very successful, because of it. So thank you again for your service and your work. I want to say thank you to Hershey, the entire board, Danielle, everyone who is on this call. You guys are awesome attorneys, and I look forward to working with you guys, for the foreseeable future. So, with that being said, I didn't want to take too long, so I'm going to cut it there. But if anyone's looking for more information on Golden Pair, feel free to reach out to me after this call. You can call me at 646-522-9428. Us also, Gary, myself, and Rob will also reach out to each and every one of you via email to provide some additional information. So I'm going to end it with that.
Thank you, Rashner, and thank you to Golden Pair Funding. I also would like to take a moment to recognize the president of the Palm Beach County Bar Association, Mr. Dean Zinnick. And at this time, we welcome outgoing president Danielle Sharif to bring some words about her fantastic year. And hopefully she'll tell us a little bit about what's coming ahead for her.
Thank you, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today for our virtual installation. I know I would much rather be in person partying with all of you, but I'm so happy that we have 73 participants on the Zoom call today. Looking back at this time last year, I remember how nervous I was and to take on this huge responsibility and not exactly sure if I'd be able to do the job. But I can honestly say that being your president this year has been an honor. It was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, and I will forever treasure it. My theme this year was community integrated advocacy, being visible and active in the community that we serve. And we did that in so many ways this year, from mentoring high school students interested in becoming lawyers to assisting individuals with criminal records with the sealing and expunging process, and welcoming prominent civil rights activists Nancy Abubu and Desmond Meade as speakers at the Holland Luncheon. And because of their fight today, 1.4 million formerly convicted felons can now vote without any impediments. And I could not have done any of this without the support of my amazing board, my committee chairs, the advice of all the past presidents, and dedicated members. So I'd like to take this time and thank a few people. I'd like to start off by thanking Takesha Miles. I know I saw her on the call. She was the Holland co-chair this year and also a past president, which she should really be a historian, because when we sat down to decide what our topic would be or themes or how we would make Holland Luncheon successful, she'd go back to an email that she had on March 3rd, 2009 at 3:53 p.m. And this is what we did here, and this is what we did there. And I'm like, she had it all planned out. She had a book of all these ideas. And without her, I know that I could not have done it all. She handled everything with such ease and grace. And because of her, the Holland Luncheon was a huge success. So thank you so much, Takesha. I'd like to thank Carla Erskine, who was our secretary this year. She was new to the board, and she came in with such zeal, and she was so eager, and she did everything like instantly. She was always available to us, and she really, really did an awesome job as secretary. And Cheo Reed, who was our treasurer, and I begged him to be a treasurer this year because he did not want to be involved. But he was so organized and cheap, very cheap, or I should say frugal, which is good for a treasurer. He was on top of things. He managed our money exceptionally well. And he's been my friend for over 10 years, a strong supporter and confidant. And I'm so thankful that you were able to join me on this journey, Cheo. And J Mac, and now I saw him on here somewhere, Jason McIntosh. I guess this is it for you. You've been on the board for many years and you served our organization so well. You've always encouraged me and calmed me down and let me know that's not a big deal and that I was able to do things. And so I was so happy to have you by my side, and thank you for serving us. David, I don't know if David Prather is on the call, but David Prather was our advisor for many, many years. And not only has David generously sponsored so many events for the Cunningham Bar Association, he also was an exceptional mentor. He's a person that I could call if I'm stressing out and he would tell me, I got your back. Don't worry, Danielle, you can do this. I got your back. And that really meant a lot to me. So thank you so much, David. And Judge Rowe, I am beyond grateful that you agreed to be my judicial advisor this year. I truly cherished our talks. I valued your mentorship. You took time out of your busy schedule to call me, to text me, to see how I was doing. You showed up to our events, and I am so grateful that I had you by my side. And I hope that we can continue this relationship when this is over. And to Hershely, my fellow Haitian sister, always with that big smile and positive attitude. If there was a task to be done, Hershely would do it with 110%, and she would act like it was no big deal. She always gave her all to this organization. And while serving on this board, Hershely and I both experienced a loss of a parent. And excuse me. It's a club that none of us wanted to be a member of. And I remember that even during that time, Hershely always remained committed and dedicated to our organization. She made sure, even at her worst moment when I know her heart was aching, she always made sure that she'd find someone to handle her duties and cover our minutes and reports, and she just never skipped a beat. And I know that her steadfast determination and perseverance is a testament to the woman that raised her. And I know that your mother would be so proud of the woman that you are today. I know this because I am so proud of you. And I wish you so much success this year. And I want you to know that I am here to support you. We are all here to support you, that you are going to do an amazing, amazing job this year. And it's kind of a tradition that, and all of you see this, that I guess it was started a few years ago, that we passed down this key to success. And it says, F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association President, established in 1978. We usually keep it on our shelves. I'll be holding on to this for you. If you want to come pick it up, you can. If not, I'm happy to keep it. It looks nice on my desk. So we have this here for you. So 2020 has brought to the forefront many issues of social justice and racial inequality that we as a Black community of lawyers have been dealing with since the inception of the Cunningham Bar Association. In fact, it's one of the primary reasons why this organization was formed. As we all know, that lasting change does not happen overnight. And now is the time to stay committed to the goals of balancing the scales of justice for Black people in our community. I encourage all of you to be active members of the Cunningham Bar Association and join our committees. Through this, we can show unity and strength by supporting one another in our work. and not allow 2020 just to be a year that Black issues were raised and then forgotten, but a year that we became reignited to fight for justice and racial justice in our community. And as we approach the 55th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, I encourage all of you to please go out there and vote. Vote as if your lives depend on it, because it does. And so I'd like to thank you all again for supporting me this year. I've learned a lot with this organization. I am happy to be on this board this year, and next year I will be the first Black president of the Palm Beach County Women Lawyers Association. So I hope that you all would support me in that next year. Now, the moment that we have all been waiting for, I'd like to turn it over to our new judicial advisor, the Honorable Maxine Cheeseman, who has been a devoted member of our organization for so many years. Judge Maxine Cheeseman immigrated to Florida from Jamaica in 1979 and has served the community in many ways as a chemist, manager, environmentalist, attorney, and now a judge. Judge Cheeseman is passionate about justice, pro bono, and community service. She strongly believes that to whom much is given, much will be required. And because of this, she has been actively involved in her community, helping the homeless since 1996. In 2018, Judge Cheeseman made history by becoming the first Jamaican-born American and first Black female elected as county court judge in Palm Beach County, Florida. And with that said, I will turn it over to Judge Cheeseman.
Okay, thank you so much. You're a hard act to follow. That was absolutely fantastic. And you've been a fantastic president, so you make us all proud. Thank you. And we have left it in you've left it in very good hands with Miss Hershey. She'll be fantastic, and it's evident from her past performance throughout the last year. So I really commend you both and look forward to working closely with her. I would just like to encourage everyone to do pro bono service. It's something that is rewarding to the individual, and it helps a lot of people. There is, as you all know, you all may know that I'm in family probate guardianship, and there's such a need for pro bono attorneys, guardian ad litem, attorney ad litem. So I really ask that we all step up to the plate and help. And it would be nice, Hershey, if we could have some effort, maybe some contest or something for attorneys, for pro bono service. I'm all about that. So, I'll come up with the prize, okay? If we can do that. But I'm very honored to be your advisor this year. I think I'll be an advisor for more than just the judiciary, since I'm just been here for a year and a half. So I don't know too much yet, but we'll learn it together. And if there's anything I can do, please feel free to call me. Hershey has my cell number, and she knows I go to bed late and I get up real early. So I'm available, whatever you need. All right. So thank you so much for the honor. Okay, who do I turn it over to now?
At this time, I'm going to ask that the board that's incoming introduce themselves and what position they're going to take the oath for, starting with the secretary.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alcoya St. Just, and I will be serving as secretary of this wonderful establishment for the 2020-2021 term. I'm looking forward to working with Hershey. She has already proven to be a wonderful and tremendous leader. And I just want to say, I know you don't usually correct the judge, but Judge Cheeseman, you have knowledge beyond your years, and I am looking forward to you also serving as our advisor. I know that you will serve us well. I'm looking forward to working with this wonderful board of fabulous women. It's exciting that we have an all-woman board. No disrespect to the men, but that excites me
to be able to see women working with women to continue the vast tradition of the F. Malcolm Cunningham Bar Association. Thank you.
And now my treasurer coming in.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha Charles. I'm the incoming treasurer for the 2020-2021 year. I'm looking forward to working with everyone. I'm super excited about the things that we'll do this year. And that's it.
My immediate past president.
Hi, everyone. It's me again. Danielle Sharif, the immediate past president. Look forward to working with you guys this week.
My advisor.
Hi, everyone. I'm Saya Baker Barnes. I am going to be having the role of chapter advisor, so I think I'm officially a seasoned member of the Cunningham Bar Association now after 20 years. But I want to just congratulate Danielle Sharif on a fantastic year and her board. And I want to welcome Hershely Auger. I know she's going to do a fantastic job, as well as everyone else on the board. And of course, Judge Cheeseman, thank you so much for being our judicial advisor. We will all benefit, I am sure, from your sage advice. And, you know, we have a lot of work to do this year, as everyone has said. So I'm just looking forward to it and excited about what we can do to make our community and our legal community better.
And I guess that leaves me. My name is Hershely Auger, and I'll be taking the oath as president of F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association for the up and coming year. At this time, Judge Cheeseman, if you can administer the oath. I have a Bible here for my father to hold. I'd ask the board, I guess, to raise their right hand and unmute themselves.
Okay, everybody ready? Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
That I will
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and
and
of
of
the state of
the state of
Florida.
Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office under the Constitution of the state
to hold office under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of an executive board member
The duties
of an executive board member
of the F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association.
of the
of
F.
the F. Malcolm
Cunningham Senior Bar Association.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Good luck to you all and congratulations.
All right, at this time, I'm gonna give it to Denise.
Hello, everyone. It's me again. I'm Denise Mutomba, and I'm actually honored to present to you Hershely Auger, the president of the F. Malcolm Cunningham Bar Association. Hershey was born in Broward County, Florida. Yes, give her some. Hershey was born in Broward County, Florida. Her family moved to Palm Beach County when she was 16 years old. As Danielle eloquently pointed out, she is of Haitian descent, so where are my Haitians at? She was raised with 3 brothers and 3 sisters. She attended the University of Central Florida, where she majored in legal studies with a minor in political science. She received her Juris Doctor degree from Stetson University College of Law. And after serving several years as a public defender in Orlando, she moved back to Palm Beach County in 2015. She currently works as an insurance defense attorney at the law office of Jeffrey R. Hickman, staff counsel to Geico, the insurance company. She is an active member of the West Palm Beach chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She's a mentor to the Precious Pearls Middle School Youth Group. She's worked with the Palm Beach Lakes High School mock trial team for the last 2 years. And for the last 3 years, she's been a big sister to a preteen with the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program of Palm Beach and Martin County. She's a member of the Palm Beach County Bar Association and also the Palm Beach County chapter of FAW, the Florida Association for Women Lawyers. Of course, she's an active member of Cunningham Bar, where she has served as the picnic chair, the membership picnic chair, networking chair, social media chair, scholarship chair, Young Lawyers Section Chair, and she has been an instrumental member on the Holland Luncheon Committee for the last 3 years. She's held the position of secretary and president-elect, and so I know for sure, without a doubt, we are up for a fantastic year with Hershely, and so I introduce you all to Hershely Auger.
Thank you so much for those sweet and kind words, Denise. I'm excited to work with everyone. I guess this is my opportunity to basically thank everybody for coming to this virtual installation. Thank my family and my dad sitting right here with me in our fancy living room that we're never allowed to sit in. And I want to thank all of my sorority sisters that logged in. I want to thank my PD9 family that logged in. My Geico family's on here also. There are bar presidents from far and near that are logged on. Jiba, which is in Tampa, Policy Perkins, which is in Orlando. I appreciate you guys for coming and representing and showing your support. I especially want to thank my incoming e-board for signing on to work with me this year. An amazing group of women. I promise I did not do it on purpose, but we have an amazing group of women that are excited to work and in many ways have already shown that they're ready to work. So my theme for F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association this year will be devoted and committed to community involvement through social justice and mentorship. Now, we're gonna do something a little bit different this time around. Denise Mutumba and my president-elect and I have come together and we have decided that this will be Cunningham's theme until 2022. So we will have a joint theme for 2 years. And we did this for a particular reason. We came together, we thought about our passions, we thought about what the community needed, and we decided that change does not come overnight, as Danielle mentioned. And we decided that it's going to take some dedicated steps to achieve a worthwhile goal. And those steps might take more than a year. And so it doesn't take just one community service event. It doesn't take just sitting down and reading a book to a middle school or elementary school class just 1 or 2 times. It takes a constant effort to get F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association's name out in our community. And that's what we want to do. As our sponsor already mentioned, Roshner, thank you again for sponsoring us today for this installation. He mentioned that maybe having that person to look up to, knowing that there's an attorney that looks like you, can be all the difference for a young mind. And that's what we're going to do with F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar. Now, I want to take our attention to mentorship and why why me and Denise decided to pick mentorship. Throughout my entire life, there have been individuals that are there to help me and lead me in the right direction. And although sometimes I may not follow the right direction, it's good to know that I was surrounded by individuals that were always there to help. I come from a large family, as Denise just mentioned, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My dad's a busy guy. I'm the second to youngest of those siblings, and we're a very close family, and I am so fortunate to have them. And many of them are on this call today. I'm fortunate to have an older sister, Cassandra, who showed me everything I knew. And I have a younger sister named Deidre, who literally questions everything I do and pushes me in that right direction to make sure I'm setting that right example. I have a brother named Reality that's always telling me that I need to smile, and there's never a reason not to. And I'll always be fortunate for what we have. I am so fortunate to have the family that I have. And I know that there are people within this community that may not have that. And that is something that it goes straight to my heart. And that's why we're going to make sure that we're in our community, COVID or not, we're going to figure out how to reach these individuals. One of my earliest examples of a mentor had to be my mother, Marie Mona Auger. She passed away on July 8th of 2018, but she has been pushing me ever since. She has been a person that provided that example of what hard work can lead to. I recall growing up with, the day before Christmas, with the Christmas tree having no gifts underneath the tree, and her studying, and would all go to bed and wake up the next morning, and every single gift was there, wrapped, ready to go, as if she was her own personal Santa Claus. And she was ready to take her up and coming test to become an RN. She knew what it took to be a person that was going to be someone that her kids can look up to. And that's what we're going to do with Cunningham Bar. One of my favorite examples of what a good mentor does is there's someone that may push you past the limit of something that you may not want to do, but it's best that you do it. You might feel a little lazy, but it's important that you have those people in your life. To tell you the truth, I remember being at UCF and taking the LSAT, and I didn't do well on that first try. And I called him, my dad, and I told him I didn't do well, and he said, come on home, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna be fine, congratulations, you finished undergrad, we'll go back to the drawing book. And I remembered he said, your mom's sitting here, do you wanna speak to her? And I said, no, I'll talk to her later. I'll be okay. I'll talk to her about this decision later on. It took about 30 minutes of me trying to plan what my future will be when I got a call from my mom. And she told me, you said you wanted to be a lawyer. You said you want to be a lawyer for quite a while, and you will be a lawyer. And you're not coming back. You need to take that test. And I was mad. But I look back and I thank her for that moment. I thank her for that day. I thank her for all that she's done. I was definitely raised by a blue-collar worker and a hardworking nurse. And although my dad always was the one that made me laugh and gave me everything I wanted, sometimes it takes a mentor that will basically kick you in the butt to get it done. And so that's why I think mentorship is so important. And mentorship came in different areas of my life throughout my entire life. Whether it was women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, many of which who are on this line today, who have helped me through undergrad and all the way up until now. Or maybe an attorney named Bob Lahr, who's definitely not on this call and probably doesn't remember my name, but he stopped me from going up and down the halls of the public defender's office as I looked for an example motion to release my client for Christmas. And I wanted to find a motion that looked exactly what I wanted. And I was asking everyone, and he stopped me in my tracks and said, a motion is you asking the court what you want. Go back to your office, do the research, and write your motion. You're not gonna find an example for everything that's out there. And you need those individuals. You need individuals like Jeffrey R. Hickman, who's on this call, my manager, who when I first got hired at Geico and I was a criminal defense attorney, and he had to tell me what requests for admissions were and showed me how to do it. You need individuals that would push you and say, hey, I think you're ready to do half of a 5-day jury trial. That's the type of mentorship that everyone needs. And unfortunately, I would love to say I've always had the best mentors in my life. And I wasn't raised by lawyers or judges or doctors. I thought right after high school, I could just take the bar exam and I'll be a lawyer. No one told me in high school that I had to go to undergrad for 4 years and then take the LSAT, then go to school for another 3 years. I love my high school, but I did not have those resources where I was at. And that's the community we need to reach out to. Find those individuals that need that push, that need the education to know where they need to go. And so that's why we're picking mentorship as one of our themes for the next 2 years. Now, with mentorship comes financial need sometimes. And I am super happy and super proud to be the president of this organization during the 20th year of our Holland Luncheon. Next year will be the 20th year that we've been awarding scholarships to 3Ls that are about to take the bar exam. And every year we watch, those bar rates go lower and lower and lower. The passage rates are getting to the point where, is it even possible to pass this test? And the last thing that we need these young scholars to be worried about is financial need. Cunningham Bar Association has been providing scholarships for the last 20 years. And my goal this year is to give out the most scholarships that we've ever given out. And although Geico pays me and takes care of my family, I can't do that alone. So I'm going to be reaching out to all of you, all my Cunningham members, all of the community. I'm going to be reaching out so that we can provide scholarships to those students that are in need and have high academic standards. In addition to mentorship, we're going to be focusing on social justice. Our nation has had a long and painful history when it comes to the treatment of African Americans. And with COVID-19, sports have stopped, movie productions have stopped, there's no vacationing, people have stopped traveling, there's barely anything to watch on TV, except the death of numerous African Americans at the hands of those who feel empowered and emboldened and feel superior to those individuals. Cunningham Bar Association understands how the media works. Me and Denise spoke about it. We understand that this is just what they want to talk about now. But with our plan, our 2-year plan to achieve social justice, we won't forget how we feel right now. Although the news may waver and go off to something else, we will continue to have a focused goal to achieve intended results. And we've already started. We've started with our Legal Action and Policy Committee. It's going to be headed by Destiny Sutton-Baker during my year. And she's already hosted a roundtable discussion where we brought all of our lawyers together and thought about different ways to combat racial disparities in our community. And we received a lot of different ideas. And these ideas are not gonna be done in a couple months or by the fall. These are enough ideas for us to go on for a couple years. And we're open and willing to listen to more. So please contact me if you have any ideas. Now, so far, my Legal Action and Policy Committee has already issued 29 public requests to the police agencies throughout Palm Beach County. We figured we can't tell them what we want unless we know what their actual policies say. So we're gonna go through and review those responses to our public requests, and I'm asking for volunteers to help us go through those documents. I've already been in contact with Lawrence Gordon, who's on this call right now. He is the president of the Palm Beach County Black Elected Officials, and him and his organization has come up with 10 asks that they would like to impose throughout Palm Beach County. And they've reached out to us, and we're gonna work together to create those policies and propose them as ordinances that need to be followed within our community. And I know sometimes it may not be accomplished at the state, local level. We may have to look at the state level. Nicholas Johnson, a past president of Cunningham Bar, and Destiny Sutton-Baker have already been in contact with state representatives to work on statewide legislation. We are ready to work. Along with Destiny Sutton-Baker, I have reached out to some past presidents, and these past presidents are going to be working on legislation, up and coming forums, and we're going to be reaching out to parts of our community that may not have ever had this type of conversation. We're going to be having forums, speakers, and of course, working on new law. It's not going to take one meeting, one forum, one community service event. It's going to take some work. So I'm excited to be your president for the up and coming year. And I'm excited that our theme will last 2 years, our theme of being devoted and committed through community involvement to social justice and mentorship. We're excited to work with the community, and we're excited to work with you. So when I call upon you to sponsor an event, to have a mentee, or to be a mentor, or to bring new ideas, or to review these public policy records or propose legislation, I hope your answer will be yes. And I'm super excited to work with everyone today, and I'm looking forward to it. If you have any questions, I want to be accessible to you. Please email me. My email address is super easy. It's hershey.oge@gmail.com. I hope to hear from some of you. Have a good day. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you guys can unmute, because I would love to hear y'all if anyone wants to say anything. Thank you for joining us today, of course.
I do want to mention that Judge Collins did cap on the installation, so wanted to recognize her for being a part of this day.
Sorry, I had long morning court.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. The installation is completed. Last year, you guys got roof Chris. Unfortunately, COVID stopped us from that. But I think this was a blessing in disguise, because I was able to see some friends and family from afar that I wouldn't have saw on at an installation here in Palm Beach. So, we have to always see the right side of things. So I thank everyone for attending today. Have a good day.
You're welcome.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Everybody.
Great words.
Congratulations. Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming.
Congratulations.